All right, so let's get into WWE ECW, October 30th, 2007, All Hallows Eve episode right before Halloween.
Yes, this was October 30th, 2007. I was 17.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. And you know what's weird is like we get to these mid-2000s and it sort of feels the same as like 2011 WWE was.
I was going to say, because even during the show, they're advertising SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, and you could have convinced me this was around like the release of 2009 or 2010.
WWE really felt the same for a long time.
It did, but I will give it to them. This show, they tried with the Halloween stuff. They didn't just throw a pumpkin on the screen. They actually, there was a set.
It was the sci-fi, because they were on sci-fi. That's why they went all out for it.
That's true. Yeah. This show also, by the way, did a 1.6 on Sci-Fi, which probably is pretty good for Sci-Fi.
How long did ECW run?
I feel like it wasn't that.
Was it 2010? Was it 2010? We talked about this before. I think it was 2010, right?
It might have been 20. So what, like 3-4 years?
That's crazy. Yeah, so Paul Heyman by this point was already out.
Yes, and we'll get to a little later, but they make fun of him on this very show. Yeah, the first episode was June 13th, 2006, and the final episode was February 16th, 2010.
Right, so by October 2007, Paul was gone, and they kept this thing trucking for years after this.
Yep, I mean, this still feels like what they were originally doing, and then eventually they just say, okay, you're developmental now with Christian.
This one was taped on its own, right? Because then they eventually started running with SmackDown or Raw or one of the other.
I thought this was with SmackDown.
Was it? It might have been.
I think so. I think at this point it was. I feel like originally
that's why they had the SmackDown Initiative or whatever, where they'd have SmackDown guys on ECW. Okay. That makes sense.
Well, we started this show off, and they used this sound effect quite a bit tonight.
Yeah. A spooky
and I like
laugh.
The hardcore pumpkin.
Dude, the barbed wire pumpkin was awesome. I actually really like that.
Yeah, it had barbed wire all around it, razor blade teeth.
Yeah, that was sweet, actually. And then they hype up the main event, which is the Monster Mash Battle Royal. In the intro video hyping up this main, they say 4 monsters that can only be loved by a mother.
This voice goes crazy.
He was feeling it. Whoever it was probably Paul Heyman.
It's probably Tommy Dreamer.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. The innovator of wrestling. That's true. It's Mark Henry, Kane, Great Khali, and Big Daddy V in the main event. Only Big Daddy V is
calling all
cars. Yeah, Big Daddy V is the only ECW guy in that match.
Yeah, they actually mentioned that later. I was like, man, wow. So the brand split or whatever was just whatever at this point.
They shouldn't have mentioned it with how the match went.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, it really did. Now, ECW comes through and they put little spiderweb overlays on the screen, and
that's cool.
They really did. I mean, even the entranceway, like you said, was they put a bunch of spiderwebs around it and skeletons, and
that was cool. I love the entrance set. Yeah,
they tried. Yeah, I like that entranceway. It was cool. Also, don't question my heart. What do you think of this song?
Man, this has got to be one of the worst WWE opens ever.
What? No way.
Right as Tony says, I
liked it. You know what, James? Go to hell.
I wrote here, I just said, what a sack of shit. This song.
You don't like that song? Come on.
No. I don't even think it was
the bodies hit the floor.
It wasn't even like
was cool.
It wasn't even like I think this sounded like the demo of Don't Question My Heart. Like, it didn't even sound like the right version. It
definitely wasn't like the good version of Don't Question My Heart.
This was, I don't know if there was a good version. It did not get me hyped at all for the show. It made me want to go to sleep.
Johnny, don't follow suit. You know
what about the fire that burns inside? I'm indifferent about this song.
They had 15 different shots of Matt Stryker. That was great.
Yeah, they did.
Well, the roster had 6 people.
Yeah, well, they should have put Big Daddy V more.
Yeah, that's true. Him and his titties.
So they come out and we get the first match of the evening, which is going to be Elijah Burke versus Jimmy Wang Yang.
Dude, this guy's... I feel like I'm going to talk about a lot of theme songs here on this show, but Jimmy Wang Yang's theme ruled.
Jimmy Wang Yang in general is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he is cool here. And this was an interesting start of the match as well. I feel like they said, Elijah Burke, go out there and get some heat. So he took the mic, and he looks at Jimmy Wang Yang, and he says, "I can't stand working class people like you." And then he puts the mic down and the match starts.
That was it. I thought there was more to it.
I was like, damn, he's going to lay into him, or Jimmy Wang Yang's going to do something. And then he just says one line, and then that's his heat.
He didn't even say, like, this town sucks. He didn't even say that.
He should have, I hate Halloween and pumpkins and fuck you.
He should have smashed the pumpkin and said, this sucks, worst holiday ever.
Anything but what he did.
Jimmy Wang Yang looked at the referee, and he literally just said, damn. That was it. That was the whole thing. They also mentioned that Elijah Burke is going to be on Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi tomorrow night on Halloween 2007. So if any of you guys want to look that up, he was on Ghost Hunters 2007, October 31st, investigating Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville. They said, you think he's going to make it out? I don't know. Maybe, I guess. He's, contracted to a bunch of different matches.
We never saw him after he got killed by a ghost.
He came back as the Pope.
He said, I've seen some things, and they're bad. I'm going to have the power of God on my side now.
So they start this match off, and Joey Styles asked Taz if Elijah Burke has the guts. This is during the match when they're talking about the sanatorium thing. And Taz, I feel like he has no idea what's happening, or he just doesn't care, because Taz gets asked this question by Joey Styles, and Taz, half asleep, goes, I think Elijah has the guts sticking out.
Pumpkins, murder, skeletons, Taz.
I feel like Taz is like, he just let Joey Styles talk. He's like, he just come in every once in a while. That suplex was pretty good.
Dude, speaking of that, Taz, until the very end of the match, Taz won't stop calling him Jimmy Yang Wang.
Everyone did that all the time.
But Taz is the commentator on the show. Maybe he should know.
Oh, actually, when I did Fire Pro Wrestling World and I always had Jimmy Wang Yang, Tubby would call him Jimmy Yang Wang all the
Tubby
time.
Is a crazy man.
Tubby
so
also wanted
a good example.
Tubby also wanted to sign Jay Lethal over Vader in Fire Pro Promoter, just so everyone understands that.
Oh, I was there for some of that. I do remember.
You were there for that episode. I remember that. Yeah.
Listen, he better just put that neck brace on and figure it out.
Agreed. So yeah, literally nothing came of that working class people thing. They just went to a headlock takedown.
Well, Well, I was gonna say Jimmy Yang Wang is the most working class person. If you saw how he was dressed like Dean Ambrose over there.
He's also a SmackDown
the most working
guy.
Class.
Yeah, they had they made sure to mention that every single segment that they had the working agreement with SmackDown.
Yeah, like
that's why we don't have a roster. We got to fill this roster.
All our guys are about to lose too. I guess not Burke, but still. Elijah Burke also he threw Jimmy Yang into the stairs, and there was still like I don't know if it was on purpose because they were trying to make it like spooky, or if they just put too much of the smoke all over. But it was Jimmy Yang got lost in the smoke as he hit the stairs.
Yo, I was wondering that too. I'm like, did they do this on purpose, or did the smoke machine just go awry? Because it was like the Undertaker was coming out.
Turn it off! Yeah,
it was going crazy.
They had it going all night for Halloween. It was going on.
Then
there was a lot right there condensed into one spot.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, by the way, Mike Posey is the referee in this match.
Oh shit, isn't he in a band?
He is All Elite.
Oh, right. True.
Yeah, there you go.
Jimmy Yang should be All Elite.
Fuck, dude, I bet he could still go too.
Hell yeah.
Dude, he was looking really good in this match too. The only thing that I didn't like about Elijah Burke at this point was his finish was so anticlimactic.
It was, I feel like it could have been cooler if he wasn't doing it into the corner. I think if he just rushed dudes from behind and killed them with it and they went flying
forward.
Pounce
almost? Yeah.
I think if it was like a running move instead of a corner move, it would have looked way
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
There was one point in this match where Elijah goes to the top rope to do nothing and he jumps off and Jimmy Wang Yang catches him with the sickest spinning heel kick. It was dirty.
It's like, you think of X-Pac, and when I think of this move, I think of X-Pac because I feel like he did it a lot. Jimmy Yang like hits Elijah Burke somehow with the heel of his boot in his temple.
The initial time they showed it, it actually didn't. I didn't even know what happened the initial time they showed it, but when they replayed it, it was like picture perfect. It was just a bad angle they got at first.
Yeah,
but the replay angle
it happens
was
really quick.
Yeah, and they slowed it down, and it's like, wow.
Yes. And I knew something was crazy because Taz actually went, whoa! And like, so he actually woke up here. He also said during the replay he said, that's like Wang-tastic.
I was about to say, did you hear him the first time he hit it? He goes, holy Halloween kick. Just so you know.
Brutal. I'm glad I missed that one. I don't know if that's better or worse than Wang-tastic.
Wang-tastic and holy Halloween kick. Those are good. That's good.
Then I feel like after that is when the match started breaking down because I wrote, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, they had the one big spot and then they kind of just fumbled around into the finish where Burke hit the Elijah Express, and that's the double knees in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, it like you said, it's not a big finisher.
It's not a big finish, and it's like he very obviously slaps the hell out of his legs. So it's just like,
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like, I don't even know if that would really make a noise in the first place if you were to do that to somebody, you know what I mean? It's so
I guess if it's skin on skin, maybe, but not like that, no. But I guess that's the same with like a lot of wrestling things.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a wrestling thing to go ahead and do that. I just wasn't super big on this, but yeah, you're right. I think if he stole Riho's whole shit, then it would have been good.
You don't think maybe Riho saw this and said, you know what, I'll make this better?
Yeah, I doubt that. So anyways,
fuck off.
Moving on, they mentioned the Monster Mash Battle Royale tonight, and Taz
with
ends
the spooky
it.
Music.
Taz says, and they say this the rest of the night, and I almost think it's a rib. Because I remember when I was growing up, this is how everyone said it too, and I started saying it like this. So they mentioned the Monster Mash Battle Royale, and Taz ends it by saying, that's a lot of pumpkins. And I'm like... It took me back to when I was growing up because that's also how I said it and how everyone around me would say it to me. Yeah, you want to go get pumpkin? I'm like, took me back.
What's happening?
Took me back to old times. It was just like a. It was like a.
I shore a pumpkin.
Yeah, no, I jar it.
I can hear that now.
Yeah. I mean, like it was like a kind of like a younger talk. You know, you kind of have different.
Sure.
Oh, your baby talk to Goo Goo Gaga.
Oh, James gonna get a pumpkin.
Yeah, that's what they would say. They'd be like, "Oh, James, let's go get a pumpkin, brother." that's what my mom would say.
Your mom is Taz.
Yeah, his mom took him the Red Hook to get pumpkins.
Who can stop that path of James' mom?
I would always point over the pumpkin. I go, look how big his pumpkin is, Mom. She goes, "Yeah, no, I shar it."
And then she put him in a Katahajime.
That's a good suplex. I think he took it from me.
Damn, your mom
is a
invented
human
the
suplex machine?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, I know. I saw it. So they play.
By the way, also so after this promo, they show a WWE mobile exclusive promo from Kane,
yes.
which was this a thing they often did? This mobile exclusive?
I guess at this time I think they did because they were really pushing the website, but I don't remember the WWE.
Was it a
mobile...
.com or was it a?
Yeah, I think it was a .com thing that they just called mobile.
I'm gonna hit it up on my Motorola Razr with my 1 megabyte of data,
just to see this Kane promo. Which ends with trick or treat.
They always thought that adding Ripley wave effects to Kane's face made him uglier. They did this so much. They did his entrance music. They did it
all the time. Yeah, I don't know why. Because he's so ugly.
Yeah, look at Kane. He's so ugly. That's his gimmick. He's ugly.
Like this big freak. Yeah. That'd be my segment.
Kane said the Battle Royale is not a nightmare. It's a dream. Trick or treat.
Kane was somehow more hokey now than when he was the fucking burned half-brother of Undertaker who decided to kill and get revenge on him by wrestling him. This is somehow more hokey than that.
They took the mask off and realized he's not as scary without the mask on.
Yeah, it turns out he's actually just fine. You know, we got to put a Ripley effect on him.
Yeah, big ugly fucking freak. Look at this freak.
In ECW, they did a thing where they replayed storylines of the other shows that they were competing with for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So they
talked about Raw so much on the show.
Yeah, they actually replay a Raw storyline going on right now with Umanga, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Randy Orton.
Umanga.
Triple H, excuse you. Yes.
Oh, my bad. But yes, this show quickly became a recap show, and that's probably why people stopped watching it.
Where the fuck were you in 2007 to tell him this?
My bad. I should have been there. Should have been in the trenches, man.
You were watching TNA.
I was playing Halo 2. Halo 3 was about to come out. It's a big year.
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
So they go past this part. They get to the next segment, and goddamn, it's Nunzio as Dracula.
Oh my god.
What a segment,
Nunzio
right?
really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it? Because he's Dracula. He's a vampire. Yeah.
Motherfucker, I'm a Dracula here.
Nunzio is holding his
blood over
own
here.
haunted house backstage. He's got a bunch of kids backstage dressed up for Halloween. They got Kurt Angle as Ghostface back there. I don't know where they got that kid.
Oh, no.
How the fuck where did these kids come from?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if ECW was supposed to be like a kid-friendly brand, was it?
I mean, it was on Sci-Fi, but it also had barbed wire pumpkins, so I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I know Frank the Clown was there, though. It's one of the kids.
I mean, Kelly was showing her titties on the show
Wait, were you
probably
dead
a year
ass?
before this. So,
Huh?
Frank the Clown was not on the show.
Frank the Clown was
a
there?
clown there, though.
With Pumpkin?
Yeah, Clownico was there, though. He was there.
Oh my god, the Deadlock D.
No, all those kids. I don't know where they came from,
Nunzio
though.
says, we're going to celebrate with a bunch of ECW superstars.
And the first stop they make is Balls Mahoney? What? The kids with Balls Mahoney?
Yeah,
the last
Balls
guy
Mahoney-
who should be handing out candy.
Balls Mahoney?
That's what Balls Mahoney gives them all candy, and then they're leaving away. And Dracula Nunzio says, "That's what happens to your teeth when you eat too much candy."
Blah.
Yeah, the candy. So then they go to the next door.
The
and
nose candy, by the way.
out comes CM Punk.
Yes,
He's the ECW
champion.
champion, and he gives them candy. And they do
Yeah.
the same exact segment they did with Brock
Dude,
Lesnar. And I lost my mind.
I couldn't believe it. They ran the same thing. Nunzio says, "What are you dressed up as?" And Punk says, "I'm the ECW champion."
I'm glad that
This
you
is Brock
recognized
and
that
Caveman.
too.
Yes, dude. I was like, holy shit. This is... I feel like that happens to us a lot with these shows. We randomly pick shows and somehow they line up in one way or another. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Punk says, "I'm an ECW champion. About to go have a match. What are you supposed to be?" And Nunzio says, "Dracula, you idiot."
Hey, I'm Dracula. Forget about it.
I'm sucking blood over here. Come on.
So
Motherfucker.
Nunzio goes to the next door. He opens it up and, oh my God, it's the Boogeyman's red room. Boogeyman
no.
was so fucking out of control at this point. He had worms coming out of his nose.
Dude, what the fuck? Why did he have worms in his nose?
He threw up in the room or something and then just came out and just kept the segment running.
And then
Speaking of that
Boogeyman
red
gives...
room,
Yeah,
I
go on.
was saying the red room. Did you see the guy? You could see like a hand open in the door. Did you guys catch that?
No, I didn't
didn't
see that.
Out of like the
Fuck.
corner, because you look in the corner of the door, you see this guy pulling the door open, and then the boogeyman appears.
Some kind of
Oh,
sick
it's so
boogeyman
fun.
freak in that room, huh?
Boogeyman's got
Yeah.
friends too.
Who? Who was Boogeyman friends with?
The other Boogeyman from Wing.
The Boogeymen.
Mr. Oogie Boogie.
The Oogie
Hornswoggle,
Boogeyman.
maybe. Well, he gives
Yeah, probably.
worms to these kids, by the way, and
And they were not phased at all by it, though.
Not
They were
even a
not
little
scared.
bit.
None of them were. The only person scared was Dracula here. None of the kids were. Count Dracula, excuse me.
So after that segment, we get an actual Nunzio match. We get Nunzio versus Tommy Dreamer. But
Well,
Tommy-
they didn't know it was Tommy Dreamer for most of the match because they wouldn't stop. Joey Styles so many times. So, sorry. Tommy Dreamer comes out dressed as Paul Heyman. And they go out of their way to make sure not to name drop Paul Heyman. But at some point, Taz changes it from not only not wanting to name drop Paul Heyman and not knowing who Dreamer was dressed as to entirely trying to pretend he didn't know this was Tommy Dreamer, while Joey Styles is trying to say, "No, that's not the joke, Taz. The joke is he's Paul Heyman, and that's the part we're supposed to talk about here." But no, he did not get that. He made his own joke saying, "Oh, that must be a friend of whoever Dreamer is."
They were all over the place. It was supposed to be a funny rib. It would have been, and then it wasn't. So that's just how this segment went, man.
Well, fucking Nunzio comes out and Taz says, "That's not Nunzio, it's Dracula."
Joey Styles
That was
says,
a
let's-
good line.
did you hear what Joey Styles had to call him? He said, let's call him
He
the
said, call-
Ghoulish Goomba.
Ghoulish Goomba? What the fuck?
Taz says, shut the fuck
Hey.
up.
And then Taz put him in the Kataja May.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
They could have called him a gabagool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. There was a dead rat on the ring bell, and Taz says, "Oh, that must have been a friend of whoever Dreamer's dressed as," saying that Paul Heyman fucks rats. Get it? He fucked rats.
Yeah, that's a good ring.
I get it.
Wait, who is
But
this
that's
guy
not
supposed to
Tommy
be?
Dreamer. That's not Tommy
He was
Dreamer
supposed to
Tommy
be.
Dreamer.
He was supposed to be somebody. This is just Dreamer and Nunzio having fun, and Joey Styles and Taz talking shit about Paul Heyman the whole time. Just they can't stop.
This is billed as an Extreme Rules match, but they didn't say the words Extreme Rules until like halfway through.
They called it a trick or treat match, and will be contested under Extreme Rules. That's the only time they mentioned it.
There are pumpkin pies and whipped cream on the steel steps, and there's a fucking apple barrel full of apples to bob for apples if you want to. Of course, that's not what happens.
Another bob for apples? No, it is not. Tommy Dreamer does not understand the concept of
He's
bobbing
trying to
for
figure
apples.
it out. He's working it out.
He dunks Nunzio's head into the barrel, and then he lets him out, and then he picks it up and dumps it over his own head. So
And that says AC Dama.
so fucking extreme.
Do you remember at SmackDown versus Raw when he would hit himself in the head with a chair to get like fired up?
Yes.
Dude, all the ECW guys did that. That rule.
I think everybody that had that extreme, what was it? I
Is
forget what it was
extreme
called.
like retribution or something like that?
Yeah, some kind of skill.
Where you would just
one
hit
of those
yourself
skills.
in the head with the chair till you bleed.
If you hardware yourself, you would get a finisher.
I feel like every game should
Ridiculous.
have that. That's kind of fucking sweet.
I wish that's how real life was.
Yeah, me too. That would be super dope. Cody would be like the mega champion forever. That'd be awesome.
I'll be honest. Listen, I know you give Dreamer a lot of shit here, but I feel like this is one of Dreamer's best performances ever.
The one where he
busted out he busted out a wheelbarrow face buster. She looked awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
he
mean, he could still work at this point. You know, what I mean, he was still going in there doing his thing. I mean, he didn't have to thank you, Tommy Dreamer shirt on, but hey, he was doing something
Well,
crazy.
it wasn't time to thank him yet. He wasn't a
Thank you,
grizzled vet.
Tommy.
He was still a young up
Also-
and comer here.
It probably also helps that Nunzio is one of the best bumpers of all time.
Oh, this was just a Nunzio show here, really. Nunzio was just letting him do whatever. Dreamer had a pumpkin and hit Nunzio with it, and then Dreamer put whipped cream on a pie and then did a dive off the apron with it, just cause, and then hit Nunzio with it.
Oh
But
my god!
Nunzio's-
There was also a point in this match, like right after that, he dumped the apple barrel on himself.
Yes.
I think Taz said something like, "This is the first time in a while he's taken a bath." Whoever he's dressed up as.
that will not be named.
Who is this
Do you
guy?
think
Who will
that-
not be
do you-
named.
Do you think there are Vince fed lines? Like, that sounds like a Vince
Oh
thing.
my
Say
God,
this, say
yes.
this. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Dreamer
call
pulled
him
out a cell
fat
phone.
Fuck.
Say Paul D's a big piece of shit.
Anyone named Paul from New York is a fucking asshole.
We hate you. We hate you so much.
Die, Paul. But yeah, go on. And then say you want him to fucking die.
I don't even know if that's Vince talking or Tommy Dreamer at this point. It's one of those two guys talking. Dreamer pulls out a cell phone at one point and hits Nunzio with it, and then they also make the call where he's like, Joey Styles says, "Oh man, that's what, like a 95 cell phone or a 85 cell phone." And
Yeah,
Taz
he said it
says-
was from 82. And
He said 95.
Taz says, or 1995, because that was when Paul Heyman used to get it.
"Ah, that's
Ooh.
crazy." You talking about Paul?
Fuck you.
Paul? Fuck. Dreamer
Fucking
wins with the
Nunzio
DDT.
Nunzio did get a little comeback here because he picked up a couple of the apples and threw them at Dreamer's ass as hard as he could.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He beamed him with these apples, and that must have sucked.
Yeah, that actually probably did suck pretty fucking bad. They blew
He
up when they hit him
brained-
too.
Yeah. Oh, they were fucking yeah. He also slipped on the ground when he was trying to run at Dreamer with a pumpkin. Which
That was
pretty good.
funny as hell, dude.
That was like the most comedic slip of all
That
time.
was-
though.
yeah, it was pretty good. He Dreamer brains Nunzio with the bucket and then hits the baseball slide and the Dreamer DDT for the win.
The baseball side was pretty sweet.
Nunzio's
cool,
got to
yeah.
be one of, like, whenever I look back at anything ever from him, he's got to be like, you could put him in any segment ever and I love it. I just absolutely love it. Dude was a
I mean,
workhorse.
during that time, the SmackDown we were watching where they teamed with the Big Show. Like, you could put Nunzio with anybody and he would have fucking been money.
Yeah, that dude probably should have gotten a lot more than he did, because like honestly he should still probably be working somewhere. He's like incredible. He can get anything over.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he can still go. I don't blame him for not wanting to.
I mean, even if he doesn't want, no. I mean, I don't even know. You're talking about.
Oh, as a
bumps.
promo guy.
I mean,
if he was a manager.
Yeah, just have him come out.
Oh my god.
Because he can get anything over. So after Nunzio and Tommy Dreamer, we get a hype package for the Monster Match Battle Royale coming up later, and it's Great Khali. And guess what they showed in this video package?
Dude, I immediately thought of you when they showed Khali repeatedly squishing dudes' heads.
He squished Rey Mysterio's head like a grape, and I said, I'm fired up. The Monster Match is going to get crazy.
What a fucking great video. And then right after that, they start showing people in the crowd with costumes, and they show on the announcer's table there's a WWE pumpkin. I just want to point out that does not count in the Carve This tournament that we're doing. Or,
oh, good. So yes, obviously.
Just to get that WWE Carved Pumpkin from ECW's show in 2007 does not count in hashtag Carve This, our pumpkin carving contest that we got running right now, DEADLOCKPW.com. Thank you.
You should check it out and join it, man. Go get you a pumpkin, carve something in it that's cool, and then maybe you can win some cool prizes.
Cool.
They replay another Raw replay. Of the Divas Battle Royale, where everyone is dressed up. Kelly ended up winning, and then Beth Phoenix came out. They were really pushing Beth Phoenix as like this otherworldly fucking monster at this point.
She was a beast. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she kills Kelly here.
The Divas threw Kelly back in the ring, and she beat the brakes off of her. So that was pretty neat.
Fuck off. Kelly was probably 16 here.
Oh, probably. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah, fuck.
So we get a number one contenders match for the ECW championship up next. It's The Miz versus John Morrison.
Yes, this is pretty... I mean, Morrison is already a one-time ECW champ by this point, but he's still fairly new with this gimmick, I feel like, right?
He definitely was spamming taunts. Yes.
Oh my god, that same sequence of just taunting. Fuck, it's like a 10-minute taunt. Someone should attack him.
He was going crazy at the end. I don't know what happened at the end of this match.
Dude, they got lost. Well, I mean, we'll get there in a second, but yeah, he absolutely was fucking taunt spamming. Taz also mentions that Morrison has the it factor, and I wanted your opinion of that.
Yeah, man, not really though. I mean,
Oh, okay, thank you.
I mean, here's the thing, man. The dude, he's a safe worker. He fucking looks fantastic.
He looks great.
He was never that interesting to me. But I mean, I don't have any bad words to say about him. He was just never that interesting to me.
No, you can say something bad about him. Go on.
I have nothing bad to say. I mean, he never.
No, you got something bad to say.
Say something bad.
Did he ever injure anybody, or like, did he ever? I don't think he ever did anything too crazy.
What about the Starship Pain?
Yeah, his finish just ain't great. Yeah, no, his finish is not good. Yeah,
what about his work rate?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, safe worker, gets stuff done, but not very interesting. I mean, at least you had the Miz over there wearing a little hat.
He did have a little hat, but he also had shitty little shorts.
Yeah, well, his whole fucking attire. I had no clue I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what was going on here. You want me to say something bad? What the fuck was that? What's this whole outfit?
That's not about Morrison, though.
He kept this for years. The Miz kept this outfit for years.
He got Maurice with this outfit. How'd that happen?
Fuck. 2007 was fucked. I don't know, man. That was a weird time.
For real. Also, replays for this match were brought to you by SmackDown vs. Raw 2008.
Yeah, and nice. Edge with a chainsaw.
That game sucked.
Dude, I skipped that game and people got so fucking pissed at me because I
still have people now keep telling me SVR08 wasn't as bad as it is. Listen, I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, even the later good. SVR games, and that's not even really, it's not even, I guess you could call it later. It's like in the mid. But like once you got around that point, the gameplay got so slow and like the moves were all gone. The thing about the other SVR games, at least they had a really cool Road to WrestleMania to back them up. So when you go back and play, there's something cool with it. But 08 just had the fucking 24/7 garbage, and it was just like, ugh.
And it also had the worst GM mode out of all of them.
Oh yeah, I don't know too much about GM, but everyone tells me not to play that one.
I mean, it had ECW, SmackDown, and Raw, but ECW was at such a disadvantage because it only had one title on the show, and you couldn't draft as many people as you could on the other shows. That it was like, why would you even bother picking that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was this was a rough year in general, I think, for WWE.
All around, shows, games, merchandise, everything sucked.
I guess they had Edge with a chainsaw. That was kind of cool.
What was that? Was that just a poster for Survivor? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
I guess so.
Yeah, but John Morrison is talking about him now. He has the same outfit and look now.
He just has a beard.
Yeah.
13 years later, he never changed his gimmick ever.
Maybe because it was so good that why would he?
Dude, holy shit. He literally, from the moment he came into WWE, never changed his gimmick.
Hey man, his gimmick was Johnny Nitro, and then his gimmick was
those are names.
Johnny Impact.
and Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo.
Wow.
That was
Isn't that crazy? Is there anyone that's been the exact same for over 15 years?
Rob Van Dam.
Rob
That's
did a
really
new gimmick
good
here
answer.
recently, though.
Yeah, but after how many years, though?
Yeah, you're right.
15,
you're
probably.
right.
Rob's a really good answer, but then that Rob example makes me realize how much less I think of John Morrison. Because RVD has ruled for that long.
Well, wait a minute.
Yes, RVD was awesome for 15 years.
There was 2 RVDs in that moment. There was RVD talking on the mic, going crazy on promos every night, ECW TV champion, and then there was whatever and cool RVD holding them back in WWE.
I feel like the gimmick was still the same. He just did less.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Whatever. And you just wanted a reason to say whatever and cool.
Whatever
right? Is that what
and
it was?
cool.
I will always
Fair
try to find a way to say that. Yes, absolutely.
I appreciate that.
So Miz, his finish at the time is not the skull crushing finale.
No, it's the was it the Wizard of Oz? Is that what that was?
Is that the neckbreaker thing? What was he doing?
Was he doing a DDT at this point? I don't really know what he was doing.
No, it was like the knee into the neck breaker, right?
Yeah, you're right, because he did go for the knee and then he reversed it here.
That was the Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
So he actually hit the skull crushing finale in this match. It was scuffed, but it was the skull crushing finale.
It was a start of something. He's like, maybe just something. He was watching some Jeff Jarrett tapes. So let me see if I can fuck this up.
Dude, I think you're right. I actually think
big Jeff Jarrett guy.
Dude, the stroke is way cooler than the skull crushing finale, right? Like
not even fucking close. Are you kidding me? The
okay, I
stroke went
appreciate
crazy.
that. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Bree-woo.
Morrison's finish at the time isn't the Starship Pain either. It's the neck breaker,
which they didn't have a name for at this time. So I guess he was just starting to use this because eventually it's of course called the Moonlight Drive. But I guess he just started using here. Maybe I wish he would have just kept that too.
Yeah, I actually think that probably would have been. Well, to be fair, a lot of people, and I will get like at least this much here that
his Starship Pain is over.
Yeah, a lot of people know him literally only for that. Like if he would have kept this, I don't think people would remember him as fondly. Maybe it's the video games. Maybe the video games, the Starship Pain was super over. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of guys got over. Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys got over because of the video game.
Sure, I mean that's how I know most move names is from the video games.
Yeah, me too. And if they name them something different, I'm fucked. Because I call it that from now on. I actually was playing the other day. So you know the side Russian leg sweep?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So in WWE 13, do you know the move when you go for the limb targeting on the leg, where you grab the leg and then you push them down and then you spin around their leg and you knee them in the leg?
Yes.
So in the game, Jim Ross calls that the Russian leg sweep. Is that
no way? What
is that? What that is? Because
Are you sure it wasn't just like
dude, I did it
happened
4
multiple
times in a row.
And he kept calling it that?
And he called it the Russian leg sweep every time, which made me think
wrong.
This is the Russian leg sweep and the side Russian leg sweep is the other one.
Oh my God.
I was like, because I was thinking about it and I was like, because the first time I said it, I said, I was like, well, that's fucking wrong. And then I did it 3 more times and he said it every single time. I'm like, did they program this to say the Russian leg sweep when you do this move? Is this what a Russian leg sweep is? And a side Russian leg sweep is the one when you're standing up and you push them to the ground backwards?
That's really fucked. That's really messing with I might want to not do the show anymore because I really got to go look at this.
Gotta go to Google search.
Yeah, Tony, go.
There's nothing on Google.
You can't.
There's nothing to look up. There's no. I checked, and like that's
what does JR know that we don't know? Why does JR know this and we don't know this?
I think it was just programmed. It was just programmed wrong. That's
I spent the whole rest of the match in like a complete state of shock because I was like,
that does make.
But
I mean that would explain why it's called a side Russian leg sweep. But I just accepted.
That's what I was thinking in my head because like He takes the same exact bump that you would take off a side Russian leg sweep, except for it comes from the leg.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, that blew my. I'm gonna ask Jim Ross.
Is that wow? Is that real? I'm gonna need answers. I've legitimately never heard that. That's really fucked up,
dude. I just always assumed that people it was like a different calling. Like some people call it side Russian leg sweep.
You told me that now because now I have to know. I wish this was just a you problem. Now it's an us problem, and I don't like that.
It's an everybody problem all the time. Yeah, people are
I don't like this now.
People are already in the comments of the video arguing with each other over it. That is not it. This is not it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is not it. So I said, okay, well, have fucking fun with that.
We need. Listen, if anyone knows any wrestling historians, maybe someone ask Chris Hero. Chris Hero knows a lot of shit.
If anyone would know, it'd be him. Yeah. Or
just
fucking Jim Ross.
If side Russian leg sweep is just called that because it's called that, or if it's called that because there's an actual Russian leg sweep and that's a different move. Someone, please get on this.
What about the white Russian leg sweep? Where does that fall?
Well, that's when Sandman did it with the Singapore Cane.
But what about a side white Russian leg sweep?
Wait, that's the same thing.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Look it up. Google it.
There's nothing to be found. There's like I already looked like 100. I looked on Google and Bing.
I really
hate.
Can we edit this out? Because I'm confused and I don't like it.
I'm keeping this right.
I don't want to hurt other people with this. This is going to affect a lot of people, James.
The best part is that this is going on the ECW review that the most people watch, and it'll be on YouTube, and you guys are all fucking hear this too.
Dude, this is gonna ruin a lot of people's lives.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it because I don't know what to tell you. Rey Mysterio's life was ruined when Great Khali squished his head like a grape.
Squished his head like a pumpkin. Well, let's hopefully, if anyone can get any answers for that, please let us know. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Back to the match real quick though. This was shorter than the Tommy Dreamer and Nunzio match, by the way, and it was for the number one contendership for the ECW title, which seemed strange that would plan it like that, but whatever. At one point, Miz like kicks Morrison super hard on the floor, and Morrison like flies into the barricade.
Yeah,
and then he gets back into the ring and starts fucking Miz up, and I was like, "Whoa, is this a receipt?" He starts really pounding on him.
Yeah, when do these guys start teaming? Do you know? Had to be. I feel like not too long after this.
No, it can't be much longer after this. But I don't know if they were teaming when it was still this ECW set. I
was going to say they weren't teaming here for sure.
No. But I don't know if it was this set that they were. I feel like they had the HD shit by the time they were doing the dirt sheet, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. By the way, I also want to say I want to state for the facts here that 4:3 television is better than 16:9. I don't know what it is. Something just hit different about that 4:3 resolution that just.
I think I agree.
Cherry on top. Every fucking thing I watch, I'd rather watch it in 4:3. I don't know why, but it's just. I don't know.
I think I agree with that. I think.
Maybe the quality of the show is different because they're not worrying about the quality.
You know what's weird? I feel like a lot of, for some reason, I feel like a lot of like cartoons and like comedy shows, I also find funnier in 4:3.
Me too. I was talking about the other day with Family Guy. Like a lot of people think that show is like just the worst ever. I'm like, dude, the original Family Guy 4:3, the first 100 episodes or so. Are legendary. I just play them on repeat when I go to bed at night because they're just hilarious.
Really, you know what? I think I agree with you. Tony, you used to watch TV in black and white. Is it any different than that?
I used to listen to the radio, CB radio, back in the day.
How was wrestling on the radio?
Oh, it was crazy. It was you couldn't even see anything. You just had your own imagination.
I know, they just made up shit. That's fucked up.
They said, and there's John Morrison with a Russian leg sweep. Miz reverses into a side Russian leg sweep.
And you didn't know what was going
blown
on.
Back then. Yeah, I was like, what is a side Russian leg sweep versus a regular Russian? Oh my gosh, I lost it back in the 50s. It was different times.
True.
Oh yeah, Morrison won this match.
Yeah, Morrison
and
hit
the crowd could not care less at all.
This match kind of sucked, honestly.
To be fair, the crowd didn't care at all. Period. Throughout the entire night,
they wanted to see the monster match.
I think this was before SmackDown, so they were just like, okay, whatever, finish this up and move on.
Yeah. That's true.
Morrison hit the Moonlight Drive and beat him, and now he's the number one contender, which he comes out in just a minute, actually. He actually stays out there.
The last 4 minutes of this match is Morrison taunting after he won.
Yeah, so they got lost in they were trying to figure out, I guess, what to cut to next. I don't know what was going on here, but it just kept showing Morrison.
Just one shot of Morrison doing weird shit with his hands.
Yeah, he started going like. He's like the fucking Avatar.
Swatting flies.
He's like the Avatar going get some fucking bending going on here.
He was trying to pump energy and
There's no slow mo either. It's just him fucking playing with his hands. It's just fucking awful. It
just looks so weird.
Buried him before the #1 contender match.
It's exactly what he does in his entrance when they slow it down, except it's in real time, and it felt so long.
Dude, okay, first off, it started off like that, and then he kept going, and that's where he started coming up with his own. He was about to fucking bring up the earth, push the wind, just fucking get the water.
Just raising the roof, start doing the Ultimate Warrior taunt.
Going crazy. That's what's happening. It's fucking fucked. So they showed more fans in the crowd after this match, and we actually have some people that are dressed up. I think we saw a devil, a Jack Skellington. There was a pirate. I mean, there's a couple of people. This is definitely not 2002 cool. SmackDown era where we had everyone dressed up. That was dope.
I don't know if they were all. I feel like the 2000.
I had to sneeze. My bad. I moved away from the mic.
Fuck flies. Keep that in.
What do you want from me? Continue.
Sorry, I tried to let it go. I
don't have that mute button anymore since I changed my mixer. I don't have that mute button.
We're using Steve. There's a mute button down there.
I got your ass for 3 minutes.
Steam? How do I find the mute button on Steam? What's going on here?
It's the microphone button.
All right, so Mark Henry gets a hype package for the main event here, the Monster match. Actually, they just said Mark Henry and Big Daddy V will just put you together in this one video package.
Yeah, they just ran the promos back to back. They said, all right, we're running out of time here. Fuck off.
They ran out of time because Morrison was fucking airbending in the corner for 20 minutes. I don't know what was going on. Mark Henry.
No, he's vibing, bro. Leave him alone.
Whoosh. So Mark Henry gets a hype package for the main event. It shows him tearing up the cage and beating up Kane. Every one of these was everyone just beat up Kane all the time. Just fucking every video package just beat up Kane.
Kane just lost all these fucking big guys.
This was also during the time where they were trying to get Mark Henry over as the Silverback. And I just wrote down what the fuck. So I decided to look it up. And apparently Mark Henry fucking hated this gimmick. He said
I wonder why.
He said this was insensitive, and I was like, yeah, you don't fucking say.
Oh, yeah,
the second the word Silverback came out of his mouth, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that was crazy.
I remember him being called that. I remember he was that on SmackDown for a while too, even before this.
Yeah, that was interesting, to say the very fucking least. Big Daddy V gets a video package right after. Big Daddy V's gimmick is he's got them big ass titties.
Bro, he had some fat chansons, and it was crazy. And they were all tatted up and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah. His highlights included slamming Kane and beating his chest with his fists.
And Matt Striker was there.
Fuck. And he was smiling at Big Daddy V doing his gimmick. He was smiling at him. Thanks for killing the gimmick, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck was Matt Striker's gimmick? He was just a weirdo?
I really don't know. He really liked Big Daddy V's titties. He was just staring at him. He was going crazy. Big smile on his face. So we get CM Punk, the ECW champion, performing on this show, and he faces off against James Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis against CM Punk. Here on Halloween. That's pretty cool.
I actually think that's why they booked this guy, to be honest with you.
So this guy was Casey James eventually on SmackDown, the guy that teamed with Sandow, and they were managed by Michelle McCool. Do you remember that?
What was Sandow's gimmick? Aaron Idol or something?
Idol Stevens?
Idol Stevens.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
yep.
And they were.
I do remember that, actually.
They were the teacher's pets or some fucking shit like that.
Yeah, Sandow actually looked good at this point. Like, he actually looked really good. Like, his look was cool. He had a little shitty soul patch. Yeah. He looked good. He
also, I don't know, it might have been that time where he was in OVW and he had Shelly Martinez and Beth Phoenix as his manager.
Damn, that's crazy to think about.
Right? What a fucking... Dude, it must have been maybe before this time because Beth was on Raw at that point, so maybe it was before that.
And she was getting pushed to the moon.
Hell yeah.
CM Punk hit his greatest hits here and beat the living shit out of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, this is a 3-minute Best of CM Punk compilation.
Oh my god,
the GTS.
The Cum-Punkpilation. That's crazy.
The Punkulation.
Cum-Punkulation.
Morrison was on commentary here, and he would not shut up the entire time while they were trying to do the ring announcing and stuff.
They're trying to shill WrestleMania, and he's like, hold on, stop talking for a second. And We're talking about Wrestle fucking Mania, bro.
You know,
Shut
Vince was
up.
He would
pissed.
not shut up. Yeah.
I assume
Dumbass.
Vince is actually probably not Vince. He probably wasn't here. He didn't care about ECW too much. The
Yes, Kevin Dunn.
CM Punk hit some fucking ridiculous looking Kawada kicks on this dude. Like he was really beaming them in there too.
Hey,
Looked
man,
really
Jamie
good.
Lee Curtis got to figure it out real quick.
Get the shotgun out. That's great. Personally, I want to do matches like this all the time, like where I just get all my shit in and you don't, and you bump, and I go home and like that
See,
kind of rules.
I think you should be taking the role of James Curtis here, where you
No,
just get your ass beat for 3 minutes.
This is. I'm actually James Curtis and CM Punk is Tony, and he whoops the living shit out of him.
He shoots on you and you lose.
Yeah, shoot for real.
But then I run in because I'm John Morrison and I attack you, and then I do my taunts.
Oh my god, this is right. You start airbending, you're going crazy over the corner. Punk doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have all the stuff that he has later on. He still has the knee in the corner, but he doesn't follow it up.
With the bulldog,
he gets the bulldog actually later on. But he hits the knee in the corner. He goes for the flying clothesline off the top, which is always pretty cool. And then they go to sleep, and he actually hits it pretty well here.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. And the dude crumbled on it too. It was a very good job by Jamie Lee Curtis. I appreciate that.
I mean, one of my favorite actors and one of my favorite wrestlers.
Sure, shout out.
There you go. Punk ends up winning. Morrison runs in the ring after talking over the WrestleMania thing, which I'm sure did not go well backstage when he got there.
When he runs in and attacks Punk too, like you can hear him drop his headset when like before Punk even wins to run in, and then he gets in the ring and Joey Styles is like, "Whoa, did you see how fast he got in the ring? He fucking preempted it by like 10 seconds. What the fuck are you talking about?"
They were comparing him to the Flash at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, all right, Joey Styles, I'm gonna put this headset down and run into the ring real quick. Whoa, he's so quick! Look at him going crazy. I wrote down this was a very universe mode segment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
He had the Moonlight Drive and then taunted for an hour. He did more taunts. Like his taunts were just as long here. He does his taunt in the ring, and then they're showing replays, and the replays come back, and he's going whoosh on the fucking ramp. What the fuck is going on? What's going on with this guy, man? Stop taunting.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Taunt spammers, bro. I can't stand them.
Run outside the ring and just press the buttons.
You need
So
to fucking nerf
after
that Battlegrounds.
CM Punk and Jamie Lee Curtis had their match, we had the main event of the evening, which is the Monster Mash Battle Royal.
Mash.
Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Kane. I about called him the Giant Khali. I was thinking Giant Gonzalez in my head, and then like it just
Fair
kinda
enough. I
turned
wish
to
he
like
was in this match. You big naked guy.
So
Hey, how come Giant Gonzalez's outfit didn't have a cock? He was supposed to be naked. He didn't have any dick, balls, anything.
oh my god.
Hey, answer my questions. Don't take this out either.
He didn't have a dick, okay? What do you want?
Dickless Giant Gonzalez versus the Avatar John Morrison.
The Giant Khali.
Yeah, I'm probably better than this match.
So the Monster Mash Battle Royal is the big guys. It's Kane, Big Daddy V. Fuck, I know I want to call it Giant
Great
Khali.
The Giant Khali.
Mark Henry, Great Khali, Big Daddy V, and Kane. Thank you. Giant Khali.
Giant, dickless Giant Khali. So, I wrote down Edge has a chainsaw here too. So,
Yeah, he
but
does have the chainsaw. Very true.
Big Daddy V comes out. His gimmick is he stole just Vader's shit. Just came out.
He's some big fat piece of shit.
That was Vince's last middle finger to Vader. He said, "Here you go."
I'm gonna let him show his titties too.
All right, so this match starts out. They are all in the ring and they just go straight for each other, man. They just like, what was it? Kane and Big Daddy V. Just who was it at the beginning?
Well,
Big Daddy V.
It's
and
all of them at first. All of them at first are trying to go for Kane, and Kane's just dodging them because he's the least. He's very coordinated, and all of them are not. So he's able to dodge them very quickly. And then everyone seemed lost because they did a spot like 2 times where they tried to get Kane, and then Big Daddy V like just pushes Mark Henry and they start fighting, and then Kane and Khali start fighting. Yes.
Dickless Giant Gonzalez?
Giant dickless Kali.
Where the fuck is his dick?
Bro, I've been wondering that for years.
Holy
Giant
fuck,
Gonzalez.
bro. These are questions that need answers.
Look into it. Look into that and look into the side Russian leg sweep.
And all right, so at one point in this match, at the very beginning, actually, when they were attacking Kane,
yes.
Kane ends up ducking underneath everybody in the ring. Right?
Yes.
He ducks underneath them to hit the ropes. This reminded me of it was like last month. It might have been a month or two ago. I was in training and we were doing just collar and elbow drills where we just tie up everybody for 10 seconds. And at one point I was messing around with one of the dudes. So he went into collar and elbow and I ducked underneath him and just did a face at him. And Steve Carino was there training. And he said, if Scott Hall was here right now, he would have said, "Who are you ducking for, big man?" And I said, he said, you're so big, you shouldn't duck for guys like that. I was like, damn, I guess so. So I keep that in my bank.
Steve Carino.
Every time I duck somebody in every match I do from now on, I'll remember what you told me.
And then I will out loud question, who am I ducking for?
But yeah, so Mark Henry and Big Daddy V run at each other like Mack trucks and do a double down within 30 seconds, and they sell like they'd just been in the match for 20 minutes.
Yeah, Big Daddy V slapped his titties, screamed, and then they did a collision spot.
And they fucking sold for like 4 minutes. They sold like the rest of the match. It was crazy.
Joey Styles also went ski. Whoa! Oh shit! It felt like the floor shaking.
The commentary
did our announcers just shake?
Yeah. Whoa.
The only person, like you said, the only person on the ECW roster is Big Daddy V. Like, what the fuck? And then he gets eliminated first.
They fucking got rid of him first. Dude, everyone was so confused. Like, Mark Henry at one point tried to shoot Torture Rack Great Khali. Just couldn't get him up for it. And then Big Daddy V tried to do a black hole slam, like 2 black hole slam spots with Kane, and they just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So Kane just started, every time Kane would just fall to the floor. I don't know if he just didn't know how to take it or if Big Daddy V didn't know how to give it or what.
This is taped, man. They could have done this match 80 times in a row. No one cared. They could have done this 100 times.
That's right. Why'd they keep that in?
Great Khali went for the grape squish twice in this match. This guy was a fiend, bro.
Both of them. But why did Mark Henry and Kane attack Khali while he was going for that on somebody else?
Because they know how devastated. They remember what happened to Rey Mysterio.
Damn, you're right.
He's got to save a life.
Also, yeah, Kane eliminated Big Daddy V first, who was, of course, as they noted multiple times in the match, the only ECW guy in the match. Khali vice gripped Kane, and then Mark Henry stopped him. Then he vice gripped Henry, and Kane stopped him. And then Khali almost gets murdered, getting eliminated, because he has no idea how to take this bump over
Holy
the top
Christ, dude. It was the most ridiculous looking top rope elimination I've ever seen in my life.
It was so scary.
It's crazy because if he just leaps over the ropes, his feet pretty much touch the ground already. He doesn't have to do anything crazy, you know what I mean? Just go.
Yeah, just go over. But like, I feel like he flipped like 3 times before he got to the floor.
Yeah, that's nuts. At the end of this match here, Kane goes for a flying clothesline off the top, and Henry catches him and then tosses him like a sack of potatoes over the rope, man.
He does a fucking crazy belly to belly to Kane and just launches him over the top and wins.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And they note that Mark Henry wins the first ever Monster Mash Battle Royal. Was there ever a Monster Mash Battle Royal after this?
Mark Henry is the sole winner of the Monster Mash Battle Royal.
I really wish Giant Dickless Khali won instead.
We should bring this back. Let's actually have let's do the second Monster Mash Battle Royal. I think that would be fucking dope.
That'd be
with
great.
Spike
yeah,
Dudley, Nunzio, Super Crazy, and Tajiri.